When I was first looking for speakers for this conference, I ran into the work of a woman named Sherry Turkle out of MIT. One of the things that I found is a video that somebody interviewed her, a little piece of it, but it looks like, and I don't know the history behind it, looks like it's two college kids that put together this video about how you can construct yourself or deconstruct or reconstruct your identity online. And I think we as therapists might have some interest, and coaches might have some interesting thoughts about it. It's about a 10-minute video. It's going to take us right up to the hour. I'll be back to say goodbye. If you need to leave, go ahead and do that. But I'm curious what you guys think of this, so I hope you'll keep the chat going and let me know what you think of it.
As we all know, the internet has come a long way since its creation in the 1960s.
Imagine, if you will, sitting down to your morning coffee, turning on your home computer to read the day's newspaper. Well, it's not as far-fetched as it may seem. In fact,
Technologic. Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, crash it, change it, mail, upgrade it, chart it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, get it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it, play it, burn it, flip it, crack it, drop it, zip and zip it, lock it, fill it, call it, find it, cue it, code it, jump and lock it, surf it, scroll it, pose it, click it, cross it, crack it, switch, update it.
Without most of us noticing it, the internet has become a dominant factor in our everyday lives. It has expanded into almost every sector of human life. Everything from shopping to studying, from research to playing games, finding romance and communicating with distant relatives, or maybe just the person next door. The list goes on and on.
As a result, we've become increasingly reliant on the internet. We integrate tools like Facebook and YouTube into our lives without really realizing what kind of effect it has on us. But consequently, the majority of us are participating less and less in non-virtual activities and face-to-face interaction.
Because the internet plays such a large role in our lives, it's important to consider why these changes happened and how they're affecting us. So we're going to look at self-construction on the internet and the possibility for delusion and a deceptive perception of reality to be created.
The anonymous nature of the internet has allowed for the possibility of self-construction. We're able to construct ourselves in any way imaginable when we participate in online interactive media.
Celebrities have always had the ability to control the way they are represented, particularly before the age of the paparazzi. Carefully lit photographs, carefully chosen words, carefully chosen locations. Now individuals have the ability to carefully construct a presentation of themselves on the internet. They may or may not do that, but what we have with the internet is greater flexibility in how we present ourselves and how we imagine ourselves as individuals. So the internet is fostering more flexibility in self-presentation for the average individual.
Dr. John Suler conducted a study in the late 1990s of Time Warner's Palace, which was basically an online chat system where people could create avatars and chat with each other in a virtual world. He associated the behavior and the addictive behavior that he found on these online chat rooms to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow's hierarchy of needs consists of 5 levels of needs that a human being has in order to develop a sense of self. The first level of needs are our basic physiological needs such as food, sex, water, and so on. The second level of needs are safety needs. This is people's need to live in an orderly, predictable world. This includes obviously physical safety, but also job security and employment. The third level of needs is love and belonging. This is the need people have to feel included in society. This includes the relationships that you build with others, such as your family relationships, your friendships, and your intimate relationships. The fourth level of needs are self-esteem needs, which is obviously the need for self-esteem and the need to be respected. This is the need that drives people to seek recognition, prestige, and fame. The last and the highest level of needs that a person can meet is self-actualization. This is the desire that people have to reach their full potential. Now, the internet, and social networking in particular, appeal primarily to the love and belonging and the self-esteem needs for many reasons. First of all, it makes users feel like they are part of a group and they belong to something. Social media also gives users a sense of approval when others interact with them. And when users are told that they posted a good comment or an interesting article, they feel appreciated. And for self-esteem needs, users seek acknowledgement from social media. People want to be noticed. And users like attention. It's not enough to just get acknowledged, they want interaction. Everyone wants to feel important. Users like to see that their name was mentioned in a conversation or that people are talking positively about them. Now, this isn't necessarily a problem, but the problem is when users start to replace their real lives with the internet, when they start to look to the internet to fulfill their needs when they can't do it in real life or because it's easier to do it on the internet. That's when delusion, a misconception of self, and a dependency on the internet can be formed.
Participating in YouTube has changed the way in which we relate to ourselves. As Dr. Strangelove notes in his book, we no longer rely solely on face-to-face interactions to help build a perception of who we are. By participating in YouTube, we allow thousands of people to give us feedback about what they think of us. By internalizing this feedback, we will construct ourselves differently from then on.
People at my school have been walking up to me and saying, "Craig, you're pretty ugly, right? You're an ugly bloke. So I'm turning to you, YouTube, and I would like to know, am I ugly? Am I ugly? Am I ugly? Am I ugly? Huh? I'd like to know, am I ugly?"
Look fucking horrible? You might want to just go visit Dr. 90210 or something, where he can fix those nasty, ugly, fugly teeth and your big-ass lips.
Sherry Turkle from MIT argues that online gaming opens an unparalleled opportunity to play with one's identity and try out new ones. When we participate in online gaming, there are no limitations in how we can create ourselves. This can lead to delusional beliefs about reality and ourselves. By spending so much time in this virtual reality, it can become difficult for us to separate our virtual selves from our real selves.
Jean Baudrillard, a renowned French sociologist, philosopher, and cultural theorist, said that the human experience is a simulation of reality rather than reality itself. Baudrillard refers to signs of culture and media that create the perceived reality as simulacra. Baudrillard believed that society has become so reliant on simulacra that it has lost contact with the real world. So it has been argued that video games have a similar effect, creating a blurring between reality and simulation, individual and avatar.
When a group of students from Templeton University in Philadelphia conducted a case study on identity construction in Facebook, they found that by users listing their favorite music, movies, books, and TV shows, they often feel pressure to conform to corporate branding. The users are saying, "Look at me, I like these types of things, I am this kind of person." This can be dangerous for users because the innate urge to fit in and be popular can be overpowering compared to our desire to want to represent ourselves truly. It cannot go without saying, there are benefits to us being able to construct ourselves differently on the internet. Sherry Turkle claims that by participating in online interactive technology, adults are given a second chance to work through unresolved personal issues that they otherwise would have no way of doing.
Coming to these new social worlds with a problem and or an issue and using them to just express and re-express who you are, and for many people being able to use these new social worlds as really privileged environments to work through, to explore and work through some aspect of the self that it's harder to do in physical reality. To me, that's the most appropriate and happiest use of the experience of virtual reality, to use the virtual to increase our quality of life.
Although most studies find that increased use of the internet correlates with higher rates of depression, loneliness, and stress, a study published in the Cyberpsychology and Behavior Journal found quite the opposite. They found that internet use actually decreased loneliness and depression significantly, while increasing perceived social support and self-esteem in their subjects.
While self-construction on the internet can lead to delusion and an altered perception of reality, it does not apply in all cases.
Its presence isn't necessarily making us better or worse, but it is fundamentally changing us in what we consider normal. But in the end, it has always been people that have determined what is or what isn't normal. So it's just a shift in culture, and culture has been shifting constantly since the existence of humanity.
it broke my heart when that guy was on YouTube asking the world if he was ugly. And if you think about it, these are some of the people that are coming in your office. They don't know how they feel about themselves, and they're going online and asking people to give them feedback, and then they're constructing and building your own self-esteem based on that. So I just thought that was interesting. So another fun day here at TLC 2011. Some of you are asking if we made our numbers. I think I'm just about 23 short of our 4,000. So thanks for spreading the word, all of you that have. I really appreciate it. And I'm hoping by tomorrow I'll be able to tell you that we made that number. We have tomorrow the lovely and talented practice building coach Juliet Austin, who's going to be here talking to us about the pitfalls and promises of social media. And then on Friday we'll have the wonderful Dr. Christine Coral back to talk about how to get your message out, whether you're in private practice or in a hospital or government setting, via your website and online. So I'm excited to have that, and I'm happy that you're with me here, and I'm just loving these last few days with you. Again, people are asking if you can have the replays for more than 24 hours. If you want to do that, you just need to upgrade, and you can go to tlc2011.com/upgrade, tlc2011.com/upgrade, and you will have the replay for 24 hours. But you can also get up to 10 CEUs for many disciplines, and if you're already watching these, then why not go ahead and get the CEUs? And you don't have to get the CEUs for right now. You can get those CEUs anytime within the next year. You just take the test anytime within the next year, and the date that you take the test will be the date that the CEUs are available to you. So that's at tlc2011.com/upgrade. I cannot wait for tomorrow, the pitfalls and promises of social media for therapists, and then on Friday, how to get your message out with your website. I adore you. Please, thank you for the tweets and the emails and all of that, and all of you that have been talking about this conference. You make my heart sing. I love you very much. Bye-bye. Have a great rest of the day.